Hey, finally, the Israelite journalists have traced way back and bring the issues of Biafra to the table and telling the world that the Biafrans are the Israelites in Africa. So please, but that is not the real news of the day. The real news of the day is that Nigeria is bleeding. Nigeria have collapsed in our own present eyes. What happened today, being the 10th day of March 2026, my people, is very brutal. What you're about to watch will left you in a speechless manner. You will cry bitterly while watching this video. ISWAP, ISIS, and some other top terrorists collaborated together to attack about 6 military divisions in Borno State and capture their weapon and unalive thousands of them. And they ransack all the communities and even capture some communities. So please, I'm urging you to just sit and comport yourself and see why this video is trending globally and why many people are reacting aggressively to it. My people, don't watch this video. Let's see why this video remains the top notch in the global news. Let's watch it. Don't go anywhere.
Here's what's happening in Nigeria is jihad. It's the exact same thing that happened on October 7 by Islamists when they broke into Israel and murdered Jews yelling Allahu Akbar. It's the exact same thing that ISIS terrorists did to the Yazidis in Iraq. It's the exact same thing that happened in Lebanon. Here's the only difference between what's happening today in Nigeria versus what happened 1400 years ago when the Muslim Arab invaders came to Persia is that back then people did not have cameras, but today they do. It is 100% jihad. We've seen it before. This is how the Islamist playbook always happens.
Well, I don't think that the foreign minister was denying that bad things have been happening. He's just denying that it constitutes a genocide and that the numbers of reported
because his
deaths
government is a part of it.
Of murders of Christians.
I think his government is complicit. Right now, you have an Islamist government in Nigeria. One of the things that he didn't mention to you is that typically it's been a constitutional convention in Nigeria that if the prime minister is Muslim, then if the president is Muslim, then the vice president is Christian. If the president is Christian, then the vice president is Muslim. This is intended to have a proper representation of Nigerian population. Right now, you have a Muslim president, and then they decided to choose a Muslim vice president, and so there is actually no Christian representation in the Islamist government. By the way, this is a government that is working closely behind the scenes with the Islamic Republic of Iran. You should ask the foreign minister why Nigerian school children are holding pictures of the Ayatollah, who is a brutal dictator and is murdering my people in Iran. People need to look into the linkages between the current Nigerian government and the Islamic Republic of Iran. I was a politician for 7 years, Pierce, and I can tell when someone is lying and avoiding the truth. That's exactly what this foreign minister is doing, and shame on him for lying.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Allah Ta'ala ya kawo mubarikin kwanta insha Allah. Allah Ta'ala ya kore su insha Allah ga waɗannan da ake gani dukkan motocin su ne bi iznillah ta'ala walillahi alhamdu. Allahu akbar.
Where was that? So the federal government has repeatedly always said they don't pay ransom. They don't negotiate, and in any way they don't, dialogue with bandits. Do you feel like these statements, people are getting it mixed up with, with the opportunity to want to, involve violence when dealing with this banditry?
See, when government speaks about this, they look at the audience it's speaking to. This we don't speak with terrorists, we don't speak with violent rebels. Usually it starts from America, but America is the first one that dialogue with them if there is any interest or benefits. We have seen them dialogue with Taliban, Israel and Hamas are in dialogue all over the world. IRA and United Kingdom were in dialogue. They had a war for a long time, and terrorism to bombs in London are there. They dialogue. So if dialogue can bring peace, we are men of peace. We want peace. Even IPOB, which wants secession, if we are ready to put down their arms, come to the round table and discuss even secession, I'm ready. I will support them. What we don't want is violence. So when government say it doesn't do something, it's different. When government say it's going to do something, it may not do it. When it says it doesn't do something, it may be doing it. Now people have this kind of mistrust. Not only Nigerian government, all over government, wherever they speak, you have a mistrust. But what they say, so they be. But essentially, what we are talking about is what is the way out of this quagmire of insecurity. There's a way out. Let intellectuals come in. Let's speak. Let's bring criminologists from prestigious institutions. Let's put everything on table and see the way out. What the experts are saying now in dealing with what we have in Nigeria, 75% of it should be unkinetic. It was a nation where, look at the road network, terribly bad. Look at electricity. I've just seen how much solar system, solar panels we have over the exteriors. The electricity is erratic and very expensive. Don't talk about healthcare. Anybody who has anything, if he's sick, our rich men, even with malaria, they go abroad. Don't talk about education. So with this kind of situation, don't talk about garbage everywhere. So what is working here? So in this kind of situation when nothing is working, is it pumping trillions and trillions of naira on defense? Is it the priority? Or spending that money in educating the society, bringing amenities close to the society? It will have a big impact in trying to curb the discrimination. That's the money you've used elsewhere. This is what we are saying. This is what we are telling the government. Use the money elsewhere. But if you keep giving the military, one governor was saying, or one opposition leader before he became a governor was saying, he found that the choicest houses in Abuja are owned by military officers. Why do they get not the money for? It's not the money for security. So we want to break the cycle of that, this vicious over-dependence on kinetic approach, which doesn't work. If you give them money, they go and buy houses. They go abroad. Why don't you use that money to alleviate the suffering of the people? Build good roads for them, build good schools for them, engage them, feed them, improve agriculture. That's the money. Centuries, you can couple it and see how much Nigeria is spending on spreads.
So basically what you're saying is, even if the government, decide to, starts, attacking this banditry through violence, being that the system does not work, they won't really achieve, a good result.
One, we have to see the cause of the banditry itself. Violence bred banditry, and violence cannot cure it. How do you know that violence bred it? Because for us, as a medical doctor, there's something about psyche, is that whoever comes to you with a problem, anybody who comes with you try to diagnose it. First, you want to see whether it's an organic disease or psychological. What I mean by organic, is he having malaria? Is he having typhoid? Does he have a fracture? When the hospital was no heavy, take him to. If he has a psychological problem, you can do some psychotherapy for him, or with the psychiatry if you take him to good psychiatric hospital. But every problem comes to you, try to analyze and dissect it and see what is the cause. Based on that, you apply your medication. So now we are faced with banditry, for 2009 today. 2009 to date. 2009, it started with Boko Haram. Boko Haram were kidnapping people when their leaders were summarily killed without cause to justice. They were killed on camera, and they took out. Since 2009 to date, it's only spreading, despite the amount of money we spend on kinetic approach. So you want to suppress a problem caused by violence created by the state, because the state that killed the Boko Haram leaders. It will not work. I have seen in my Facebook posted one time, that is in 2013 in Maiduguri, whereby Boko Haram suspects, young Almajiri were lined up, maybe about 50-year-old, for the civilian JTF against some military. It's there in my Facebook now. Maybe I will give you so that you put on this film. They were asked to slaughter themselves or bury themselves. Al-Mahdi during Jonathan's time. So what do you expect those who escaped? They take up arms. So we're trying to cure a problem caused by violence with violence. No, it will never work like that. We have to have it. Then one thing again, now 16 years we have been fighting them, 16 years without any result. Recently they kill our soldiers, recently. So why don't you try another approach? Can you imagine a former head of states, through intelligence, was able to sit down with the leaders of Boko Haram? He's a former head of state. He sat down with them. He told me himself that when he met them, they said, yes, they are ready for peace talk, but it has to be in another country. Then he told them, no, I'm a former head of state of a country. How can I go to another country talking with you people? It has to be in Nigeria. So when they saw his insistence, they said, okay, let it be in Nigeria. They gave him his condition. Hostilities to stop, quote, at 7 days. And they are ready to discuss with government and see how it can be resolved. This head of state went to the current head of president then, spoke with him, said, I am able to trace Boko Haram and they are ready to put down their arms on the condition that the government should come and have a peace talk with them. What will that head of state told him? That government will not So we understand that also foreign interest, that they didn't start it, but you see they always capitalized. In medicine, we know how you can capitalize. When you talk about AIDS, HIV infection, a viral infection. It doesn't kill somebody, but it destroyed the immunity. So what usually kills people?
Now that you have seen the full video, what did you see? You see, the Israelites are digging and finding the roots way back in Africa, and they have found out that Biafrans are their roots, and that they are going to support Biafra at all costs. Simple. Simple. For those of you, the terrorists in the north, terrorizing and destabilizing the communities, killing an innocent people just for the quest of Islamic jihadists, your time is up. All these shenanigans, all these games that you are going to the barrack and capture some weapons, you are just wasting your time. Capture the weapon and reserve and keep it for yourself. Because if you dare trespass to the east, you will not tell the story. For you, the Gomi, coming out to tell the IPOB to come at the round table and discuss the way forward that we install in support of the division of this country, go and take that to the useless ancestor, the analog president called Tinubu. Go and take that to him. Most of you always say that the Nigeria is indefensible. Now the Nigeria that you have claimed that is indefensible is being divided in your own present eyes. All we want is a total freedom of Biafrans. Our leader have suffered a lot of persecution, and we cannot let that go for nothing. Is Biafra or nothing? My people, share this video widely. Share this video because it worth sharing. Don't forget to touch the half for subscribe button, like and turn on the notification bell, so that whenever we upload a new video like this, you'll be the first person to be notified. And in doing that, you encourage us to do more, because togetherness we shall save life together. Africa life matters. Till next time, see you in my next video. Bye for now. Thank you.